Hello, this is Father Collins. I have the joy of welcoming each of you back to our parish community. If you've not already heard the good news, we will resume our public celebration of Mass on Sundays for the Solemnity of Pentecost. That is the final weekend of the month of May. With that, we will also be resuming our daily Masses on Memorial Day, which falls on May the 25th. So this is a short video to walk you through the procedures of our parish when you return, so that everything, hopefully, to the best of our ability, can go smoothly. Now, before you exit the car, it is very important that you use something to cover your face. So make sure that you bring with you to church a face mask. We are not going to guarantee that these will be supplied for you. So before you exit your car again, put on your face mask. Now, as you exit your car, it is very important that you allow yourself to stay 6 feet apart from other families, other households, other people. So even though when you arrive at church, you may see somebody that you know, please keep that proper distance between other families as you enter into the church, are in the church for Mass, and also while you exit the church. Now, as you enter the church, our ushers should be present on a Sunday to assist you with entering, so that you will not have to open the doors to the church yourself. Upon entering the church, it is then necessary that you sanitize your hands. We have various hand sanitizing stations throughout the entryways of the church. We have one over here. We have one here. And then there is also one that a lot of people often forget about, which is over here. And again, as you make your way into the church, please keep proper distance between yourself and other families. So as you enter into the church, you will see the donation basket. There will not be a normal offertory at our parish as we are used to, but if you desire to make a donation to our parish, you would drop your envelope or your donation into the basket as you enter the church. Once Mass begins, the ushers will gather the money into the normal bank bag and bring the donations directly to the safe. Our ushers will then direct you to one of the pews that are open inside of the church. They will seat you beginning with the front of the church and working the way towards the back of the church. They will keep in mind how large your household is in order that we can maximize our seating. We have seats which are designated for those who come alone, those who might come as a pair, as threes, and so on and so forth, hopefully making a maximum use of our available church space. As I look around, you will realize that not every pew is available, so we have blocked off every other pew. We will also notice that on the ends of each pew, we will see a place that has been marked out. Here is where people will not be able to sit when they come to Mass, on the ends of each aisle. This middle aisle has also been blocked off so that we can use the back pew and to create proper distancing to people, especially as they move forward to receive Holy Communion. There are a few of our larger pews which have a 6 feet space in between. which allows us to be able to hopefully maximize on our households that we can fit in the church, as well as providing that proper 6 feet of spacing that is necessary between households. Once you take your seat, you will realize that the hymnals are now missing from the pews, and also the space has been marked out at the end of the pew that has already been discussed, where nobody is to sit. During the Mass, there will be a few things which will be different from what we are used to and accustomed to as a parish community. For example, we will only have an organist and a cantor. Also, we as a community will not sing along with the cantor. The cantor may sing at times during the offertory or Holy Communion a solo piece. When it is time for Holy Communion, it is very important to pay attention to the ushers, and the ushers will direct you to the 2 communion stations which have been set up at the front of the church. There will be a communion station at this corner of the sanctuary, as well as a communion station for the opposite corner of the sanctuary. This process of receiving Holy Communion will be different than what we are used to, so please allow yourself to pay attention to the ushers who will guide you to the communion stations in order that you can receive Holy Communion. When it is time to receive Holy Communion, if we are sitting in the section over here, we will be guided to walk this way to the communion line. In the communion line, it is very important that we keep 6 feet between the people in front of us. We have arrows on the floor as we form the line, which are 6 feet apart in length. When an individual gets to the hand sanitizing station, they are to remove the mask from their mouth, and then they are to use hand sanitizer on their hands. And they can be doing this while the individual that would be over here is receiving Holy Communion from the priest. When the individual is finished receiving Holy Communion, you can then come forward and have been instructed to receive Holy Communion then on the hand from the priest, who will be either the priest or the deacon here at this corner of the sanctuary or at its opposite corner. Once you have finished receiving Holy Communion, placing the host into your mouth, you are then to place your mask back upon your face, and then you will make your way around the church back to your seat, again following the arrows, which will guide you back to your seats and which will keep you spaced out 6 feet from those who are in front of you. And we may have to walk farther around than what we are used to, but again, please be patient and please follow the directions of the ushers. Once this first section has received Holy Communion, moving from the front to the back of the section, we will then move to the second section, and these individuals will have the opportunity to receive communion. And then the final section to have the opportunity to receive communion will be the individuals who are seated over here in this section. These individuals, if they were sitting here, if one was sitting here, would come around this way and then make their way to the communion station. By the time that we resume our public celebration of Masses, there should be a hand sanitized station, which will be somewhere in this area. So again, take off your mask, sanitize your hands, and then make your way forward in order to receive Holy Communion. If we are sitting on the other side of the church, in order that these 2 middle sections do not come back to communion at the same time, they will be receiving communion in the opposite order. And so we will begin with the section of pews over here, and then we will move to this middle section, and then our last section to receive Holy Communion will be this section of pews. And these 3 sections will have the communion station again right here with the other communion station being on the opposite side. Once Mass has finished, it is very important that we do not rush out the doors of the church. But again, this is going to be an opportunity for us to be patient with our ushers. Our ushers then will dismiss pew by pew, starting from the back of the church and working towards the front, and they will direct you towards an exit. And so please, again, follow the instructions of the ushers, leaving only when you have been asked to leave, and leaving out the exit door that the ushers have instructed for you to exit from. So when it is your time to leave, you will be directed to one of our exit doors, which may be this labyrinth door, and may also be the door which is near the choir area. And so again, as we exit the church, we want to keep a distance of 6 feet between ourselves and those who are around us, and so that we can properly have proper social distancing. Now that we make our ways back to our cars, it is very important that we continue to keep our face mask upon our faces. And it is also continues to be important that we only stay with those who are in our household. So even though Mass is over, we are excited, we want to mingle with our friends, it is important that we do not do that, and we simply exit the church, keep our proper social distancing, and then at this time we will go back to our cars. Once you make it back to your car, it will then be okay for you or for your family to take your masks off if you so wish. And again, I hope that this video has been helpful in assisting you with what changes will be coming our way when we come back to St. Mary's Parish in a very few weeks. My prayers are with each of you. I hope that all of you continue to remain healthy. And if there is anything that I can do to answer any of your questions concerning our parish, concerning these procedures, please get in contact with me from the parish office. So may God bless you, and I look forward to seeing each of you either on Memorial Day or when we resume our public masses on Pentecost, or on the occasion that you finally feel comfortable to return to St. Mary's. So may God bless and be with each of you. God bless.